A curse has befallen the region of Icewind Dale, in the form of an unrelenting winter that has slowly chipped away at those who live here for 2 long years. Most have lost the will to believe it will ever end, as hundreds of adventurers have flocked to this region in an attempt to end the curse and go down in history. None have succeeded. Those who do live to tell their tales are left frozen and mutilated by the horrors of the region. Join us as an unlikely group of adventurers come together to try and best these lands and put an end to the curse.
So we might be like, I don't think we're gonna go.
That's fine. Yeah.
You know, as soon as that'll probably be like a Saturday decision.
Yeah.
Right, we live.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Tabletop Tyranny, where we neither play around the tabletop nor are we tyrannical. My name is Jacob, and I will be your dungeon master for this evening's game and the many, many more to come in the future. Thanks for stopping by. Pull up a seat, grab some popcorns or snacks or whatever you feel like inclined to eat, and enjoy the show. As usual, we have our 5 adventurers here tonight, so say hi, adventurers, or what you guys do.
Hi, adventurers.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been off for a long time. We've took about a month off to kind of accommodate to the holiday seasons. We're back. Every Sunday, usually 3 Sundays in a row. We take a week off. I'll keep you posted. We'll just check the YouTube channel. But yeah, without kind of further ado, we're gonna kind of start this off. I was gonna say I would ask a question. Usually we do a question where we ask for inspiration. Usually I ask a question for the players to earn inspiration. I know Jayla. I think Jayla's literally the only one that doesn't have inspiration. You had a question, Tyler?
What's the question, though?
Well, see, I was just gonna make one up because I didn't prepare for that, just because I saw
Do
that.
it.
All right, so. Okay, yeah. So the. Fucking hate you guys.
You should ask what was in the. Never mind.
So originally, when you guys started this campaign, y'all were in the town of Bremen, a little smaller town. And Fiska has a friend in Bremen named Ewan who has his own trinket shop. What item did Fiska, you kind of exclude from this question, I'm sorry. What item did Fiska purchase and get from Ewan while she was at the shop, and then later on traded it to a Axpeak salesman? This is like
Squid
session 4.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go back.
I'm sure Fiska knows what it is.
It wasn't the squid bits? Because she got tired of eating them.
No, that was not. You said this. What did you say? You said something about squid? Something?
Yeah, her squid bits that
was
she
not what it. Nope.
she fed herself.
I had that already.
Wow.
I don't know if any of y'all would have taken a note on it.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think I would.
It's so specific.
A sculpture.
No bueno.
I
tried to pass it
Not
off.
a bad guess.
Yeah, she did try to pass it off as one. You're right.
Oh, was it the icicle? No, it was a frozen beehive.
It was a frozen beehive.
Oh
Wow.
shit! Look at
Not
you.
your inspiration. That's incredible.
You got inspiration?
I'm the only one that needed it.
It was a frozen
and you're the
beehive
only one
that-
who remembered it.
Yeah, she traded to the salesman, and as you guys were leaving, you heard the salesman probably drop it, and he got attacked by frozen bees of some sort as you guys left the town of Bremen.
I'm sure that won't cause any problems.
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, take your inspiration.
He was actually allergic to bee stings, so he died.
Yeah.
He's
You
dead.
could have got free axe because
Free
y'all
axe.
stayed around though. All right, we'll get back into kind of recap for everyone that is tuning in. So last session, the party kind of dealt with the aftermath of Targos's harbor just exploding. The party was split into 2 groups, each fighting their own respective battles. You had Elzel and Lorien, who were dealing with a Duragar that had said Lord Zardarok sends his regards as he kind of attacked Lorien. That fight occurred. On the other side of the harbor, you had Elzel, or not Elzel, I don't know, I keep wanting to say your name, Ichabod,
Because I'm so
Fiska, and Jayla together, where they encountered this undead dwarven guy who was undead, yeah, who had pointed at Jayla and Fiska and said that in a very icy, cool voice, it said something along the lines of, "You took them from me, so now I will take you," and it attacked them. Both parties easily, as the guys are seasoned adventurers, they handled it with ease. I mean, Lorian was pretty close, but
Yeah, but I rose back up with a natural 20. He didn't finish the job.
Sure did. Yeah, you guys succeeded with your battles. Then you kind of pushed further into the harbor to try to investigate what had caused this explosion, where each of you guys eventually reconvened and discovered that there was a crate, more so near the epicenter, that was marked with the logo of the clan Battlehammer from the Battlehammer Dwarves, which you met out in the wilds. You couldn't figure out why there was an explosion, but you did see that crate as some sort of like leftover unexploded cargo. And you guys decided not to stay around too long, just so you didn't get blamed by anyone in town, as you probably likely could guess that it would have been pinned on you. But you guys did eventually find a place to rest. You took the necessary time to talk about the events and discuss the cargo that y'all had saw. Which, discussing this cargo, Jayla reached out to Gwynlyn Hammerhome, who responded saying that she would investigate this explosion and she would get back to the group. They slept. They woke up the next day where they saw that the city itself had become more guarded, as there was a increased force out, just as there seemed to have been some sort of terroristic attack that night. And the party, they got their belongings. They went and got the items that they purchased the day before, as they had been finished around noon. And Lorian kind of separated from the group. The rest of the group kind of went to the sled to wait for him, where they kind of the rest of the group discovered that there was some sort of unpleasant package within the cargo of the sled they had been paid to deliver to Bryn Shander. Upon this unpleasant discovery, there was a kind of discussion between the group where their morals or the judgment of deciding whether or not they want to do this job or not had come to fruition. And as they were conversing, a literal letter fell at the feet of the party, where Elzel picked it up and read that there was someone named Avarice from the Arcane Brotherhood that wanted to meet them at the Northlook in Bryn Shander. Also, around this time, Jayla did get word back from Gwynlyn, who reported that there had been several attacks against the clan's trade routes throughout Icewind Dale, to which y'all were able to successfully converse that they would send some sort of convoy or something to Bryn Shander to meet with y'all to talk and discuss more about this potential job she had to offer. After all of this plot, if you would like to say so, had been set up, it was finally time for the group to, actually leave Targos, to which Lorian, in this solo mission, found himself having to transport the sled, rented some axe peaks for the day, and he made a breakneck pass towards the gate.
Because my companions abandoned me? Are we gonna leave that out? They fucking abandoned me? When I went to go, they're like, it was their idea for me to go ask, and then they fucking abandoned me. And Fiska was the only one who had the fucking guts to at least stay there and tell me. The rest of them fled.
That is true. But on his solo mission, he did push towards the gate, where, thankfully, with the help of Jayla hiring some kid to go cause a commotion with the guards, and then Fiska fainting from the sky and falling down to cause another scene of distraction, Lorian found himself able to pass through the guard without much hesitation. And as you pass through those gates, you notice that there was some sort of guard that looked like he had punched another guard. Ichabod and Elazar saw some guard come around from the outside of the gates and come up to the last guard that was at the gate and kind of punch him and knock him out and deal with that. But we're gonna kind of pick back into the scene. All of you are on the outside. Oh, Ichabod and Elazar, you two are out there on the outskirts of Targos. Lauren, you have just broke through the gate with your axe beaks in tow. Fiska and Jayla, you guys are still inside the interior of the walls, deciding on what you're gonna do. There's not a blizzard outside. The weather isn't crazy today. It's very, very calm, thankfully. And like every other day in this unbearable region, the wind bites at you with this unrelenting force. The ice just hits you like needles and small daggers, and finds places in your armor that you didn't think was open and exposed. But the cold definitely is hitting. The cold is hitting, if you would like to say that. But yeah, as you guys are in this moment, Ichabod, Elazar, Lauren, you guys are outside of Targus. Fiska and Jayla, you are inside still. At this time, you guys feel free to continue doing what you need to do to get out of town.
I'll just go up to the gate and walk through.
I'm booking it.
Yeah, you.
At least until I'm out of byline.
Okay. Fisker, are you doing the same? You just walking out as well?
Yeah, I just like dust myself off and just stride off through the people who circled around me.
Yeah, the group as you get up, the group around you kind of looks like, oh, well, thank God she's not dead. They disperse, and there's like a little kid's like, damn it, I was gonna steal her money. But they all disperse away from you. Jayla, Fiska, you guys, you walk out of the gate, unstopped, unimpeded, if you want to say so. Lorian, you are just booking it down the road, and you pass Elazel and Ichabod as you make your way out of the city.
I'll try to catch their eyes, but I won't say anything.
Yeah.
And then I'll keep going.
Yeah, you'll get a dry look from Lorian as he dashes past Shaw on his sled. Lorian, within about 5 minutes, within about traveling with these axe beaks, it takes maybe 2 minutes before the city's outside of your line, like side of eyesight. But if you wanted just to book it straight to Bryn Shander by yourself, you can definitely do that. Or if you want to stop, just let me know.
I guess once I get out of line sight, eyesight of the town or whatever, I'll kind of look back. I'll scan for Fiska. If I don't see her, I'll just keep going.
Yeah, you look back, and with the pace that you were traveling, you look back. You don't see anyone but you and these axe beaks on this road.
Oh yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah. As you begin to head off on your own, just traveling at a breakneck pace. You're gonna get to Bryn Shander before the group. The rest of you guys, as Lorian just bolts out of Targos and heads for Bryn Shander, what are y'all doing?
If Lorian just like glances at us and keeps going by, I'll just turn to Ichabod and
You're like,
I'll just be like, I mean, that's to be expected, but
yeah, I guess we got stuff to do.
I wish he understood what happened during that conversation, but he's probably angry, and that's fair.
Yeah, and about
Let's
this
hit the
time.
road.
Yeah, and about this time, Fiska and Jayla, y'all reconvene. And if you guys want to set out for Bryn Shander, you definitely can.
Yeah, I assume we would have just stood
just
there and
take off.
waited for them to catch up. And
Yeah,
then...
you guys reconvene. Y'all begin to make y'all's way towards Bryn Shander. Lorian, I need you to go ahead and make a animal handling check.
These are my homies, though. They're my boys.
As he's trying to steer these axe beaks.
And Jacob, I would have talked to Fisk.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So.
Let me know what this roll is, Lorian.
Okay.
So thankfully these axe beaks are trained, so you don't have disadvantage on this check. But
do I advantage?
No.
Okay. Well, I got a 5.
Okay. Yeah. You as you're going, you're making great pace. There's one of these fucking axe beaks is just a real fucking shit.
Could I let? Well, I can't let him go because I'm renting him. Fuck.
Yeah. He's a real shit, and every time it looks like he's trying to pull you off the road, and you have to keep correcting him every time. And eventually, you get about halfway to Bryn Shander. So it's about with axe speak, it's about an hour of travel. You get about halfway. You get about 30 minutes away from Bryn Shander, and the one axe speak that's just being a complete dick just stops and halts up the rest of the axe speak, and they kind of just like bowling balls. They all collide together. But you have been kind of halted. Delayed a little bit, so you're gonna need to kind of like unhook them from their, they're like jumbled up into like a big pile. So you just have time to. Like,
and then I'd like to pick up the troublemaker.
Okay.
And just I'd like to fucking shake him. Be like, fucking listen to me.
So you pick him up. He's like, as you're like shaking him.
And then I just kind of bare my teeth.
And he's just like shakes it. He like nods. He's like, okay. You feel that you got your message across to him. You take the necessary time and you unravel them, and you make it the rest of the way to Bryn Shander. I just want to make sure you didn't roll in that one. If you're rolling that one, one of these axe beaks might have died in that pile up. So it would have been.
Oh no!
Yeah.
He sprained his ankle. He can't keep going.
You have to turn him into some chicken wings. You make the Bryn Shander. we'll go back to the group. Yeah, Fiska rejoins all of you. You guys feel free to have a scene.
Yeah, I would have just turned to her and said, I'm sure he's pretty upset, right?
Yeah. He didn't take the news too well that none of us were quite in agreement with his decision to take on this job.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to have more information to go off, but you know, the judgment we made was the judgment we made based on what we found out, right? I mean, I appreciate you sticking behind. That was just not something I was willing to do. And I probably should have stuck around, but I didn't know how to deal with that situation. So
It's all right. I just felt somebody needed to tell him.
yeah, I'm glad you did it.
To tell you the truth, I wasn't planning on helping out at the end, but then I saw Jayla doing it, and I couldn't risk both of our frontliners getting in jail.
Oh,
you know, they're the ones who keep the bullets off of me, so.
You two helped.
That's actually why I left. I went to go scope out the area. But yeah, I helped a little,
Well,
not much.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that if you tell him. I mean, that's, you know. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how he behaves.
Right.
I understand he'll be mad, but hopefully he's not too upset. Everyone has different morals.
Right.
So he can't expect everyone just to climb on board
Well, I think it's probably
with
good.
whatever.
It's probably good for him to go ahead on his own and just, you know, have some time to himself to think about why we may have made the decision we made.
Yeah. I guess I'm just used to seeing bodies more than some people, so it didn't bother me, but I understand y'all's choice.
Yeah, no, seeing a dead
There's
body
a difference
isn't...
between...
Yeah, it's not great, but transporting a dead body through...
It's been chopped up.
Yeah, that's been chopped up through a checkpoint. I'm a cleric. That's kind of where I draw the line. Actually, I draw the line quite a bit before that, but I definitely draw the line there.
I mean, I've seen my fair share of black market goods, so maybe I was good with that.
I have
Gotta
not.
get it through somehow.
So you deal with dead bodies. Do you deal with dead body parts on the black market?
I deal with trying to.
I mean, I don't
prevent
usually.
body parts.
No, I know you don't.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Fiska over here, talking
Right.
about dealing with stuff on the black market.
Yeah.
No, but
Anyways.
you know, I've sold things that I found underwater, and there's always weird things being sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I've just seen worse, so I guess that's why it's...
Yeah. No, it's fair. It's fair. And I know. I mean, we've seen some things already on this adventure, and we're gonna probably see much worse.
Yeah.
That just wasn't. It rubbed me the wrong way, and obviously Lorien had his reasons. Otherwise, he would have backed out of it.
Yeah.
He clearly couldn't.
Hopefully we can hear a better explanation.
Yeah, if he's willing to give it, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll have some kind of explanation or excuse. He'll blame it on some mystery beast man or the pervert in the park that had a present for him when he was a little kid or something.
Some crazy old witch.
I just hope, now that we're all in the clear, he understands that we all had our reasons. And I also hope that he recognizes that he's also going to have to pass another checkpoint once we get to a new town. Which I know you do realize that, Tyler. I'm just saying that out loud to the group.
It's kind of messed up. How are we supposed to help him get through the second one? He just left.
I'm not in any hurry to get to Bryn Shander, I can tell you that much.
Well, we'll definitely be far behind him with those X beats he has.
Yeah. I guess we'll see him when we see him, and let's go.
Yeah. How long is it gonna take us to get there?
Just walking with snowshoes is gonna take about 2 hours. Lauren's gonna get there in an hour, just because he's been able to travel the Axe Peaks. But yeah, it's a 2-hour trek.
Cool.
And I assume you guys are just heading there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So before I describe everything, so I'll kind of describe to you, Tyler. Tyler, you, I'll go in more detail in the description when everyone kind of arrives. But you get to there and you do see, as you're approaching, you do see that there does look like this is a, likewise like Targos. This Bryn Shander is very much a wall enclosed city. There are several checkpoints all around the perimeter, and you do see that there are several gates with guards that are actually posted up. The guards from this distance, you can see they don't have the same sort of like hard metal armor that the Targos guards did. They have more like makeshift like split armor. But you do see that there does appear to be a gate. And yeah.
Does it look like they're on alert? Like they've heard the news? Like they're like, oh, we gotta keep, you know, the Twin Towers have just fallen. We gotta, we gotta keep this locked down.
Yeah, no, from this distance, it looks just like a town that's being guarded.
Okay, they're chill.
Yeah, the guards don't look like they're being, they're not being overly like, you know, like
Gotcha.
like scheduled. But you do see that they do have the same kind of layout as Targos does.
As I come into view, I will slow my pace to a more casual kind of, just so they don't see me fucking hoofing it like I've got some big agenda. I do have an agenda, but I don't know that.
For sure. Yeah, you successfully slowed down. You will be at this town a little bit longer. So I will say, when you get here, do you want to kind of deliver? You want to go through the town and like deliver the sled, drop off the Axe Peaks? Just like
I want to get rid of that shit immediately.
Okay. So I will say,
Also, I did get Mama Ethel's knife. I don't know how relevant that is. But if the other, I don't know if she's a hag, but if the other person is interested in it, that I wouldn't show them it, but if they were like, oh, do you have anything else that you managed to take from her? I could pay you. I might be interested in giving it up.
Oh, don't worry, you have a scene. So yeah, you push into, you make it to Bryn Shander. Actually, how about I describe it to everybody and then you guys just arrive afterwards, kind of that kind of thing, just so we can fast forward this up.
Yeah.
So yeah, so as you guys make your way towards Bryn Shander, those of you traveling at a faster pace than the others, you know, it's same travel that you've been through in Icewind Dale. It's cold, it's unrelenting winds. But those familiar with Icewind Dale know that Bryn Shander is by far the largest settlement in all of Tin Towns, and it's only a mile away from Targos, thankfully. So that explains the 2 hours travel through snow. You can go about half a mile in an hour via snowshoe. Bryn Shander's population far exceeds any of the other settlements. They have a population of 1,200 Dell folk, which doesn't seem like a lot in like more civilized cities, but you're up here in the frigid cold. That's a lot of people. People are resources, as the wise town speaker Nerith had once said to Elazel. The path to Bryn Shander, though, is well worn and very much easy to distinguish than the ones that you have traveled before from Bremen to Targos. This one is mostly in part to that there are like these small rocks that kind of border the sides of the road, so it kind of gives you like a visible cue of where you need to stay between. And as you guys begin to travel, you don't really run into anyone along the way. You don't. There are people that actively pass you, but there's no one that's actively like trying to engage with the likes of you. You do have a large minotaur and a very strange foreign cat race person, and also there's a long neck bird, and then there's a guy with a scarf that people are a little unsettled by when they see the scarf. They're like, why does he got a scarf?
Because it's gold, idiot.
No one wears scarves. They went out of fashion.
Yeah.
But as you make this distance, as you cover this distance, 2 hours, you know, it transpires. It's about, I'll say it's probably like 3 in the afternoon on this day, because you guys got y'all's weapon at noon, and y'all had y'all's little talks and all that. So y'all are able to get out of town, and you guys are arriving around 3 o'clock in Bryn Shander. And you see it perched atop a cold and lonely wind-lashed hill. There is the settlement of Bryn Shander. It kind of looks something like this. Kind of looks like something like that. We're able to see Kelvin's Cairn, that large mountain that y'all haven't ascended before, kind of hustle like on the horizon in the back. And you notice that as you get towards the town, you know it's very much familiar to Targos. Encircling this town, there is a very impressive 30-foot tall high wall. However, unlike Targos's wall, this wall is defined by two concentric rings. So you have an external ring, and then you have another ring that kind of goes on the inside of that layer that has been, what looks like has been filled with like straw, rocks, various stuff that has some sort of padding to keep more structural integrity to it. The outer ring, the outer wall here, as it rises, as you see it rise above the town, you see that there are small little archer type towers, piers, where there are guards that are on top of it as well. Like just, you know, you see some people with some wooden spears, various bows here and there. This town is armed, but it's not Targos armed, which is strange, seeing that Bryn Shander is a little bit bigger than Targos, so it's kind of that's a weird dynamic. Around this wall's ring, you see there are several checkpoints in and out. There's several gates, and these gates are hinged. They are about 15 feet tall, and they look like they can be kind of barred from the inside, kind of like more like a drop down, like iron drop down kind of thing situation, if that makes sense. It looks very much like that. You know, and as you get within viewing distance of the outer wall, you see that there are numerous engraved plaques, not like small plaques, but like large plaques that say the gates close at last light. They decorate every single gate within this establishment, in this town. And it posted, like I said before, posted above the gate, there are those guards. And just before you get to the walls themselves, you see, and that before the wall and that giant gate, it's not giant gates, you see that there's a, standing atop of a 2-foot dais. I think that's how I say it. I don't know how to say that word that real. Atop like a 2-foot little monument kind of thing it's a life-size statue of a drow man. Drow are dark elves in D&D. Very notorious, usually very much evil-aligned race. It's common knowledge, people know this. Jayla, you more so know that more than anything, seeing as where you come from. You know that drow are pretty fucking despicable. But there's the statue of this drow man here, which is kind of strange, but it's Icewind Dale, so it's not really that strange because Icewind Dale has a reputation. This statue, it's standing very heroically. There's a shield that rests relaxed in its left hand. In his right hand, he has a sword that's just proudly raised above his head. And you see around this statue is a 30-foot circle that appears to be just scorched, burned earth, like a giant scorch mark. And no snow falls or collects within this statue. And the statue itself looks pristine. The base of the statue appears to be, you know, there's a large plaque, not as large as the ones on the wall, but there's a large plaque that you can easily read as you pass by that says, "To Tiago Bainry, who triumphed over the Baelor Ertu. On this spot, Master Tiago slayed the demon, and now the snows will never cover this spot." You pass by it, and you get to the gates, and as you enter through Bryn Shander's large gate, you see that there are guards. There are 4 guards, 4 on each side of the gate as you pass through. So this one is, you know, more guarded. Yeah. But the buildings here show less signs of age as you kind of push through and you're walking through the town. And most of these buildings have 2 stories, which is rare because that's just, you know, not many, these settlements don't really need that kind of luxury, but these buildings here are 2-storied. You see that the twisting streets are lit by these beautiful lanterns that hang from wooden posts that sway as the winds blow them to and fro. Guards, they do wander the streets in pairs, maintaining whatever laws are in place. Some of these laws, unlike Fiska and Jayla, who are normal with these laws, some of the laws in Icewind Dale are a little more foreign to the rest of you, but they are enforcing whatever laws are in place in the city. Common to those this is common knowledge to those from Icewind Dale. This town is usually the first stop people make when they come to Icewind Dale. So this is very much an economic boom town, if you want to say it. Very much a hot spot. This is the capital city of Iceland. Think of it like that. It is the newest and the busiest of all the settlements. Roughly founded maybe a century ago. The other towns have been well established over 2 centuries, 3 centuries. They've been here a while. This town is relatively new, about a century that's been around. And Oral's winter has left many houses abandoned in the other settlements. But here, that's not the case, as each of these, established shops, houses, they are overflowing with families. There are just, you can see different families within each building. This town is very much settled, and there's a warmth in knowing that there are, so many people here. It kind of gives off the same vibes as the town of Waterdeep was. Waterdeep is a very rich, very flamboyant city. Very, you could get lost in Waterdeep. It's the same as Baldur's Gate. It's very well established. This town, it seems like it's mocking that aesthetic, as it is pushing off that it has wealth, but not too, not too in your face. But although there's this warmth within this town, there's also, the mood is also sour. Oral's unyielding winter has greatly reduced the number of visitors in and out of recent within the past year and a half. Local trade is suffering. It slowly eats away at the locals, sense of humor and their goodwill. Most people are of mind to not really meddle with other people's businesses. They're just going to and from, negotiating trade goods and all that fun stuff. But still, as you guys are in this town looking around, you feel that this is by far the safest place in Icewind Dale. You feel safer here than you've felt since you've been in this region. And with this safety, you feel that this is also probably the best place to spend hard-earned coins or to take a much-needed break. So Lorian, as you are pushing through the town, do you ask around how to get to this location you're supposed to go to? You're supposed to go to the Glen Stag's Rest.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you ask a couple of people around town. It's not forbidden knowledge. It's not anything like people's gonna try to rob you. But you do eventually locate it. You pull your axe beak through, and near the eastern gate of Brinchander is this very drafty looking inn. Unlike the buildings around it, this is only a single-storied building, and the best possible way to describe it is that it's a very mundane wooden box of a building, just like a very mediocre building. You open the door. I guess you would park the sled. You tell me, are you parking the sled somewhere special? Are you just pulling up to the front?
I'll pull up to the front. I'll hop off, get in the door.
Okay. Yeah, you open the door, and kind of half expecting there to be something more on the inside, you are left feeling this twinge of disappointment, as there are literally no decorations besides basic arrangements of tables and seats over. The only kind of decoration within this establishment, there are a handful of, or those are the only kind of decorations. There's no other, there's just chairs and tables. And there are a handful of patrons within the building, all look very rugged, like they're all scar battle, hardened townsfolk, hardened adventurers. You could make your best assumption. They do appear to be very much low lives. Like this is, they're like scum. They look like scum, basically. And behind this counter, you see there's this very elderly looking lady. She's dressed in an old orange and white dress. And let me find her picture for you. This dress has a lot of holes, very like moth-eaten holes in it. You could, either from bugs or age. And peeking beneath, you can see this dress that she's kind of wrapped up in like a little old tattered blanket that she uses to kind of keep warm. In her hair it's flaked with stakes. That'd be great. It's filled with streaks of white. And just like the building, she is very much mundane and ordinary. And she kind of looks like this. She kind of looks like that.
Myrtle.
Okay. I guess I'll walk right up to her and I'll be like, are you Myrtle?
Yeah, I'm Myrtle. Can I help you?
And I'll just lean closer and I'll say, a meal unseasoned is best left uncooked.
You say these and her eyes get really wide.
I've got a delivery for you.
she leans in. As you say this, her eyes get wide. She kind of like glances around the room, frantically looking around, seeing if anyone within the establishment kind of like looked at you in your general direction when you said that. And she leans in. She says to you, "Are all the spices accounted for?"
Yes.
Are you sure? I have a lot riding on that sled.
Yes. At least what they gave me.
Okay. And she,
It's out front.
well, could you pull it around to the back?
I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there.
I'll wait for you. She takes this blanket off, puts it on the countertop, and walks out the back door that, it's just at the back of the building. And she goes outside and waits for you.
I'll bring it around.
Yeah, you pull it around, and you see that she has a little sled. She has a little shed in the back, and she directs you to put it in there. And she looks at you. She looks at you, and she's... Actually, what's your passive insight, by the way?
13.
Yeah, you can pick up from the way her body language is and the behavior. She is very much, she's very much looks concerned in this moment. And she kind of is like being reactive when she's looking at you. She's like, and she says to you, very much, you pick up the nervousness on her. She's like, well, is that all?
Was there supposed to be more?
Were you not supposed to drop anyone off with you?
Not. I'll lower my. Not alive.
She like looks really
I'll.
worried. And she begins like.
I'll brandish my. I'll brandish my weapon.
Yeah, you say that and you brandish your weapon, and she very much backs into the shed and cowers.
I'll kind of look around and I'll be like, am I the sacrifice?
She kind of like she's like backed off into the corner of the shed, very much cowering. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Where is he?
He?
Yes.
Who's he? And I'll look around while I'm saying this.
Glenn. Were you not? She said that if
he,
well, she said that Glenn would be here.
Oh. Did you not find? There is a person in those boxes.
She.
Not alive.
She looks at you and then looks back to the sled and she's like, "Can I see?"
Stay quiet. I'll start opening them and show.
Okay.
If she starts screaming, I'll cover her mouth.
Okay. She's very much cowering, like a cornered animal, very very skittish animal, cornered. You begin to go through, and as you are looking through, these supplies for the body parts that are in there, you do see that there are. It does look like there has been a chopped up body in here, but there's a strange sight as there are more hands and feet than that would belong to like a single person. There are several sets of hands and feet, different races. That's kind of the strange sight. But that's something stranger that you pick up on as you're like going through this. And she speaks up. What do you see? Is there a half elf in there?
Do I see?
No, there's no half elf in there.
I don't see a half elf in here. I see extra hands and feet and other parts. But
she lets out a deep breath and she's like, you see that her body posture, and she relaxes and she's like, okay, so when can I expect Glenn to be home?
There was no mention of a Glen.
What do you mean there was no? She said that once the cargo was here, that they would return Glenn.
She told me not of a Glen. I was forced into a bargain of sorts.
She looks down. She got you too, huh?
In a way, perhaps I got myself. Curiosity killed the cat and all that.
Yeah.
I
Hope not.
would, are you magical of any sort?
She looks down at her very mundane appearance and body and no, I mean, I can cook a decent soup, but
Well,
that's about it. I don't have any. I mean, I wouldn't have a bargain to deal if I had that kind of power. But
perhaps.
well, all right. Thank you for
What are you doing with her?
I can't speak on it. It'll break the agreement we have, and I can't take that risk.
Hmm.
You see what she's capable of.
I haven't yet. She showed me some magic. A deal similar to mine. Is she being true? Is she withholding any information? Is she being truthful to me? Can I roll?
Yeah, you can make an inside check. Are you trying to make her inside check on when she said she can't speak about it? It'll break her agreement.
I got a 10.
You pick up on that. This person very much believes what she's saying. You pick up on that. She only knows as much as she knows, but you pick up on that she believes that something will happen if she says something other than what she's supposed to.
God.
So
Similar to me. I'll retrieve the knife that I stole from Ethel.
Mm-hmm.
Does this hold any significance to you? Does this mean anything?
I mean, it looks like a kitchen knife. I mean, if you want me to buy it off you, I can buy it off you.
No. I'll put it away. Was there anything else with this deal?
It was just once the package has been delivered and it's been delivered successfully, that it was over. That I was out.
You were out.
Yeah.
Still got Glenn. Who is Glenn to you?
He's my husband.
Could I think back to when I was in her lair? Do I remember? Would I remember anything that looked like, oh, it could, this could hold a person, or, or maybe I saw bits of Glenn in the soup or something.
I won't make you roll because the only thing that was really in that room was spices and like an actual cauldron. And there would not have been enough evidence in the cauldron if, she had cooked him of sorts. You didn't see anything that looked like would belong to a half-elf named Glenn. But you do pick up that whenever she was speaking earlier, she said something about they instead of just mentioning Myrtles. That's the only thing you can like pick up on.
I would say, you mentioned a they. Who's a they? Who's a they?
I can't really say. I've already said too much.
Have you?
She looks around. I think so.
Are you? You're not dead yet.
That's what she wants, isn't it?
No, she wants to keep using you by holding your husband said captive. Then if we let her keep using you, she gets what she wants. Who knows when she'll ever give up your husband? If she doesn't seem bound by these deals, Could I look at some of the axe beaks?
Yeah.
Axe beak? Do any of them look like they're more than just an animal? Like something in their eyes is perhaps more than that?
Go ahead and make a perception check. Or investigation check, I think. Nature check. I think a nature check would make more sense.
18?
They mainly look like axe beaks. There's nothing that offsets them. You're not like too familiar with these animals, but they do appear to be all axe beaks. You know, they each have their own unique features, right? You know, there's one that has like different sets of eye colors. There are one with different color patterns, feathers. They don't look anything off kilter, off any kind of thing that's kind of weird about them.
She'll keep. They will keep using your husband for as long as they can. And it seems as if they're not bound by whatever deals they make. They threaten pain upon us. Who is they?
She said it once, and I didn't really
Please.
question that. I didn't push her because I didn't want to, die. All I know is that Glenn was, he was in East Haven when he disappeared.
East?
A couple days later, she showed up, showed me something that was believable, and entrapped me in a deal. And that's all I want to say about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm going to go inside, and I'm just going to exist.
What will you do with the bodies?
She never said. She just said once the package is delivered that the deal's over.
So do you want the spices, or?
She looks at you. No, not really.
I'll fucking take them.
Okay.
Do you have anywhere to put the bodies?
I mean, I can put them in. I have a little storage over there, and she points to the back of the shed. There's a little box. There's a box big enough to, put the body parts in. That's about it, but.
Do that.
Okay.
Then I'll take the spices.
Okay. Yeah,
My name's Lori.
My name's Myrtle. I'd say it's a pleasure, but I don't really want to think of this as a.
So I'll just ask her. So you're not a hag? You're not one of them?
What's that?
Is she lying to me?
No, you pick up. She doesn't.
Never mind. Well, if she unloads them, she doesn't seem like any more hope to me. I will go sell the spices. I'll go to the market and see what I can get for them.
Yeah, you dump the body parts off with her. She goes inside, does her own business, however she's doing it. You go. I will say by the time you return to Axe Peak successfully, and I will say you sell the spices. There's about.
They're quite rare up here, I imagine.
Yeah, spices they go for a lot. All in total, I would say you would probably fetch like 10 gold, 10 or 15 gold. I would say 12 gold. 12 gold for all the spices, which is a lot for spices given the quantity. You didn't have really that many spices. You had spices, but you didn't have a great amount. But that's still a significant amount for just spices.
Okay.
Yep. And as you return to Axe Peaks and all that, we go back to the other group. This kind of all happens at the same time. You get done with all your business, the time it takes you to sell the spices, return to Axe Peaks, and finish your conversation. The rest of you have arrived at Bryn Shander. You are all at the entering gate with this whole new settlement in front of you. What are y'all doing? Also, Lorian, think about where you would have gone, or did you want to reconvene with the party?
Not in a good mood with them right now.
Okay, you have a whole list of buildings in that Tin Towns channel.
Yeah, I'll go.
Just message me wherever you want to go. The rest of you guys are in this bustling city. Lorian's not inside. There are sled marks in the town, but there are several sled marks. There's not just one sled coming in and out of this town. This is very much a trade town, very much a hub. But you do have this new city for you to explore.
This probably feels more like where Elazal's from, but just covered in snow.
Yes, very much so.
Golden Fields is like, I mean, after the attack, I mean, at half the population, but it's still like 2,000 people, so he probably feels a little bit more comfortable, but at the same time, he's probably just like, well, I mean, you don't see a lot of bad things going on at the gate or anything. It doesn't look like anything was triggered, so he must have come through okay. I know we were supposed to go to the like Elden Stag. Should we try to find him there, or?
Ichabod would say, what about this Avarice fella?
Well, I feel like we're probably here for a few days, right? I mean, he is... That's an inn, right?
Well, the Northlick is a tavern.
Yeah.
It's a combination.
I feel like either we try to find Lorien, or we probably set up a home base for however long we're here. I assume we'll at least spend the night. Given that it's... You said it was 3-4 o'clock?
It's like, by the time y'all are in town, Lorien's done with his stuff, it's about 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So you still have you have probably a good 3 hours of daylight before the sun becomes obscured.
Yeah. So, I mean, we know that he's going to be at... what did you say it was? Why am I not reading
Gildan Stag's Rest.
No, the Avarice.
Oh, Northlook Inn.
Northlook, yeah. We know he's stationed at the Northlook. It did say something about being like between two rocks. I don't know if that's at the Northlook or if that's somewhere else in town, but I mean, obviously I'm eager to meet him personally, but I don't want... I feel like we should find Lorien first. I feel like probably an explanation's in order, since Fiska's the only one who spoke to him.
Yeah, I mean, we can just go and see if he'll show up. Hopefully he's not extremely upset. I would hate to spend all day just waiting for him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he only had, what, an hour to really think about it, and he probably didn't think about it too much given the situation he was in. So he's probably still fairly heated if... Yeah. This is just Elazal's, like, conscience getting the better of him, like... Like, he feels bad for ditching him, but he doesn't feel bad for the reason he ditched him, right? So...
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those, like, you damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, I mean, the best way to look at it is you ditched him and then he ditched us. So, even, right?
I suppose. I mean... Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
He made it, so there's that. Hopefully he's at least... I don't want to say happy, but
Hopefully he did make it. We don't even know,
well,
right?
That's true. I mean, why do I guess we could head there. We could head where we were
Yeah.
supposed to go.
Yeah, and we can just keep an eye out while we're walking around.
Yeah, let's do that.
So Ichabod would be thinking, then why did we back out of the deal if we're going to still go try to find him and talk to him and look for him at this place?
Well, 'cause
so Ichabod's more like...
He's still part of our party. Like, we're not... If he hasn't completed his task, I personally have no interest in helping him complete it, but he's still part of our group. And like I said back there, like, it sounded like he was backed into this. Like, he had no choice. We had a choice. I don't think he did. We just don't know why. And so I think it's worth figuring that out, at least, if he's willing to speak of it. But at the very least, I think we owe him us finding him as opposed to him finding us, since we're the ones who abandoned him.
Yeah. I mean, we can just go sit around. Maybe look around for a little bit, but we'll see if he shows up.
Yeah, I think the place we were supposed to deliver was also an inn. Do we know? Would Fiska know how lackluster this place was?
Fiska for sure would know how lackluster this place is. Given if you want, Fiska would know firsthand knowledge. More so, it'd probably be easier to ask her. But if you wanted to ask town folk, they would easily point you in the right direction. But Fiska, I would say Fiska, you would know.
Yeah, I would have just turned in the middle of that sentence. I would have turned to Fiska and say, "Is that a place worth staying, or?"
Yeah, yes. It's a place we can go.
So
Let's go.
It is a place.
I do want to get my money back, so.
Well, I mean, we don't have to stay there. I'm just wondering if it's a place we're staying. If not, we can at least go there to see if he's there. And if not, then we'll find him. Hopefully.
Yeah.
What's your name?
You guys make your way towards the Guild and Stag Rest. You guys make your way to the Guild and Stag's Rest. Just like before, it's near the eastern gate of Bryn Shander. Very drafty looking in. It's very much a one-storied wooden box of a building. You enter, it's very mundane. There's no decorations, tables, chairs. There are a couple clientele.
Well,
you don't see Lauren.
I wouldn't have entered yet.
Okay. If you don't enter,
yeah.
Once you enter, that's what you see.
Yeah. What I would have said, what I would have looked for was sled tracks.
Yeah. Easily so. You see that there are very some of the sled tracks that are in the main road, they get just paved out. But you do see there are sled marks that have, they very much are getting filled in with snow, but they are still very visible. They look like they go to the back of the establishment.
Okay. Then, I would have just pointed it out. It looks like a sled's been here. It might not be him, but they're pretty fresh. So, I guess.
I mean, there's sleds everywhere, though, right? Because we're in the snowland.
Yes.
Fair point.
Yeah, then we'll go in, I would assume.
For sure. Yeah, you guys, before you guys go in, very empty, common room, very mundane. You see the older lady behind the counter with her old orange and white dress, with her very many holes. She sees you come in and she just looks at y'all. She doesn't really, engage with y'all, but she looks at y'all and notices y'all enter the building.
Did we know her name, or did only Lorian know the name? I have it written in my notes, but I don't know if I wrote it because you learned it or because we learned it. Okay.
I think Lauren was.
I didn't write it down, so I think he only knows.
Yeah, I tried to keep things as vague as possible because,
Oh, so did you even tell us you were coming here to this specific place?
Y'all knew about. I'm pretty sure y'all were informed about where y'all needed to take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say he told y'all he needs to deliver it somewhere to Glen Stag's Rest.
Okay, just no name or
But I think that was about location-wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would just go straight up to Myrtle, not knowing her name.
Yeah.
And just say, was there? Hi.
Hello.
I don't think you need my name. I'll tell you if it's very awkward for me. Was there a larger furry name started with an L? I don't want to use the whole thing. And I'm speaking lower.
The L word.
She You see her body language change. She very much looks taken aback. Her eyes dart between those of you that did enter the building, and she's looking. I don't know what you're talking about.
I reassure her. I'm like, it's okay. I don't know how to say this. We're with him. He got ahead of us. I'm honestly gonna say something literally I promise we're not after him to try to get him if she wants to read my intentions. We're just looking for him because he's with our party and he just got ahead of us.
She looks at the rest of y'all. She believes you when you say that.
Damn.
Okay. You still see she's very hesitant.
Yeah.
Okay. Our business the business with him and me that was conducted.
Okay.
It's over.
That's all.
That's all I know.
That's all we need to know. How long ago was that?
Oh, that was probably an hour ago.
Okay. Okay. That's all we need to know. We just want to make sure that everything is complete, and we're out of here. Thank you so much.
Did he say where he was going?
She just shakes her head. No, she just shakes her head.
So mysterious.
Okay. Thank you.
She stops and she said you could probably ask town folks. They might know.
Right. Yeah. We will do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Good day.
Mm-hmm. Good. It's a good one.
We'll see.
We leave.
Okay.
I leave.
You guys all go back out into the streets.
Brr, it's cold.
Very much so. We're gonna stay with you guys a little bit longer. What are y'all doing? What else are y'all gonna do?
Should we just go back to the other, the north whatever, lock whatever inn?
Yeah, I mean, does it make sense to like get a home base before we actually go look for him? I think it makes sense to me. I mean, I'd like a drink or 5. No, 2. Probably just 2. Maybe just 1. I don't know. Yeah. Yes. Ichabod,
Okay.
Yes.
You guys find where y'all need to go. Ask a couple townsfolk here and there, and you guys do begin to make your way to Northlook. We're actually gonna go back to Lorien because
Oh, there.
yeah, we're gonna go back to Lorien just because stuff's gonna happen.
Stuff's gonna happen.
You find yourself in front of Abel's Arcana, this magic shop. It's very much a rusty old 2-storied house. There's 4 equally sized large locks on the front door. It's like a padlock. They're huge. And each one is open and unlocked currently, and the door itself is cracked open just so slightly.
I'll knock on the door and then I'll open it just so they're not surprised.
Yeah, you knock on it. You hear "come in," and you hear "come in." But upon entering this house, you are greeted by the sight of a rather plump, tan-skinned human. They sit at this table. And they appear to be, just enthusiastically, just like enjoying a large meal, like a huge banquet. Single person, they're just shoveling. They have food just dripping off of their. It's very much a sight. Yeah. However, if this was a magic shop, if this is a magic shop, there doesn't appear to be anything actively displayed in the cases that, as you would expect, there would be cases with displayed items. However, the interior of this house, which you do notice is more so a house than a shop, is furnished with these very mundane items. You see chairs, small oil lamps, oversized wardrobes. But the gentleman at the back is just, as he's shoveling food, he's like, come in, take a look. As the food is just going down his gullet. He kind of looks like this.
Bye, Myrtle. Oh, hello, Abel.
He looks like that, and he is very much just enjoying the food. And he looks at you with the mouthful of food. He's like, "How can I help?"
I've come to peruse your wares.
Okay. Well, go check those wardrobes. They have the items in them. I'm almost done with my meal. I'll help you once I'm finished eating.
Is it like a sorting? This wardrobe is magical, wearing things, and this one has trinkets in it.
He gives a little chuckle.
Oh, okay.
Just begins to chew down.
I'll go like Narnia and walk in.
Yeah, there are in total about. There are several magical items. I don't want to count them all, but there are several magical items as you go through. I will say go ahead and roll a D.
100.
Go ahead and roll a D8 for me.
This guy looks like the 5th Musketeer if he was like Bubby from like Alabama.
7.
7. yeah, you find yourself in front of a you open this wardrobe up, and as you open it up, you know, like dust kind of just like flies out of it as you open it up. You see this very it's a tunic that's very fine crafted chainmail. The forging of the pieces is quite literally, it's exquisite. There are several small engravings that are traced into the pieces of the metal that kind of glow faintly with some sort of magical aura of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when you open that wardrobe, that's all you see. And as you open that wardrobe, a little bitty like little post-it card kind of just, or a little like letter kind of just like unravels in front of you when you open the wardrobe.
Oh.
And you see like there's a little inscription that says, "This set was created for a well-known sellsword in Baldur's Gate. Tragically, that individual was bested and was never given the opportunity to don it."
Hey, boo. What's this do?
Oh, that's a magical armor. It's sturdier than normal armor.
That it?
It's about 514 gold pieces if you're interested in it, but that's about all it does.
What's the lowest price magical item you have?
Oh. Well, you might want to check those three.
Could you just give me like a...
Yeah, I'll give you a quick description of them. So there is there's a compact pole. It's 77 gold pieces. It is a...
Fucking robbing me.
I forgot what it fucking does. But there's a compact pole. There is... Let me look it up, actually, because I have it. So there's a compact pole. Whenever you hold the pole, you can use an action to speak a command word, and it causes it to kind of just collapse into a 1 foot long rod. Just ease of storage. That's all it really does. Very niche item. There is the Armor of the Fallen. That is 85 gold. That one itself is a... It's a doozy. It does basically what any other hide armor does, but there are very strange wisps of smoke that emanate off of it.
How much?
That one's 85. It's hide armor. I don't know if you like hide armor.
I wear a chain shirt.
If you buy it, you'll confuse Ichabod.
There is the
Get
staff.
away from me.
there is the staff of the Ooze Slayer. That one's pretty cool.
That sounds fun.
What's an Ooze Slayer?
Well, that's just who it was named after. It was
What's
this.
new with you?
There was a very renowned hunter named Van Helsing that would hunt oozes. And
Oh,
this was
it's
his...
good. It's good against oozes then.
No. It doesn't even do that. That's
Oh,
just
it's a misnomer.
It's catchy. If you can place probably no more than 3 objects that weigh no more than 3 pounds at the tip of this rod, and it'll just float. But it makes it ease of access. You can just grab it.
Hmm.
Very
So-
nice. 60 gold for that.
What's the Armor of the Fallen do? Do you have any information on that? Is it like... You can be real with me.
Well, he looks around. It's a enchanted hide armor that smokes. That's all it really does.
Ah,
It's more of a
It's a
an
gimmick
aesthetic.
item.
It's an
Yeah.
aesthetic.
not a gimmick item, right? Okay.
Everything has a. I mean, there is a regal carving in the center of the chest piece. It looks like a large sun that has feathered wings. But other than that, it's just hide armor.
It's just the snitch from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So,
It was worn by Sir Isaac Winslow, very notable paladin.
part of what order?
The Order of the Fallen.
Okay.
That's why he
You
found
can,
it.
you can pick up. He just made it up. He doesn't fucking know.
So, what's your next lowest expensive price? Actually, do you know what?
What?
I might come back here later.
Okay.
I might. How long has it been since I've entered the town?
You've been there for well over an hour and a half now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so I would know that my
You would know that they were being
tree. It's my companions. would have entered the town.
Yeah, you would know that they would be in town by now.
We're still
Traitors.
We're still your homies. We're just dark homies at the moment.
Well, I've got to go on my heal phase now. But then I guess I'll just I'll ask around for a big cow or bull or something, and then I'll ask around for like a bird lady.
Okay.
And then maybe like a weird looking cat if those two don't work.
Okay. Yeah, you
Beautiful.
find some people in town, ask them. They say, "Oh yeah, I saw some people walking over to the North Look."
Looked weird, right?
Yeah. Quick slideshow pan, scene change, and Lauren, you're outside of the North Look, and about this time, the rest of you guys are getting to the North Look, and y'all see Lauren just standing outside of the actual building.
I draw my what? No.
For initiative.
Ready to get your ass beat again?
Oh, trophy.
We've already done it.
Yeah, but it was multiple of you.
But you guys are all, y'all reconvene here, and y'all all, Ichabod, or not Ichabod, Lauren, you hear them, you smell them, you mainly smell
Stinky.
But and Fiska, you smell Fiska's hot squid breath as well. So, but you pick up on them and you notice them and you see that they are approaching you.
Elazar is very adept at cleaning himself, so you smell nothing.
Yeah, Elazar smells like Dove soap. Just clean.
Where are we outside of?
Oh, you're outside the North Look Inn and Tavern. That's just yeah, I'll just describe what it looks like. It's closer to the northern edge of town. This place it welcomes all walks of life, be it murderers, mercenaries. This is a common fact, or you know, the ever occurring adventure. There are signs that say all are welcome as long as they have the urge to spend their hard-earned coin and drink. Usually, you can find unsavory rumors and you know, newfound friends can be found here too. The building itself rises 3 stories instead of the normal 2. Its wood is very much a stained dark black, and the ground floor, as told by most Elfolk, is considered the best tap room in all of Tin Towns. And strangers travel for miles all over to have a pint or two. Yeah, but that's all about you really know about whenever you're here. That's all kind of common knowledge you know about this establishment.
I guess I'll kind of just I'll look at them, and sarcastically I'll be like, well, not really sarcastically, but glad you made it to Brinshander.
I'll actually walk up.
I kind of lost you guys there.
Yeah, I'll walk up to him like...
Sorry, we couldn't stop.
Sure.
I will walk up to him ahead of the group a little bit, and I will say... Obviously, a conversation is in order. Let's
I would say so.
go inside. Let's do what we need to do as far as inns go, and get some drinks.
Sure. I'll walk inside.
Yeah. I mean, I assume we all follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll turn around and lock the door.
Oh,
so
you're muted, dude. You're muted.
I didn't say anything important or anything. I just said you saw a dragon fly over you and destroy the town.
Oh no.
I think Ichabod's muted now too.
No.
Okay, I'm just tripping. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, you guys enter this establishment, very rambunctious, very loud. You know, it's the normal. It's busy, drinking, partying, people just talking, conversing with one another. You do get in there and you see that as you look up, there are, you can see like hints of the second floor and the third floor. The second floor, you see there, it looks like there are a bunch of mounted, like, killed trophies, a bunch of different animals that have been mounted. Very much small local game. Each one is displayed proudly, forever preserved in time. You do see that there is one centerpiece in the second floor that shows a stuffed 5-foot-long knucklehead trout, which is huge. And this knucklehead trout has a rope kind of around it that you can see like the hints of like a rope sectioning it off as like it's a pristine stuffed animal. This knucklehead trout has these massive teeth. It's got a very knotted forehead and it just has scars littered all over its body. The third floor you see there are this is where you would find patrons who find themselves swallowed by the drink, so to speak. They are drunk, they can spend the night to recover, and there are many men and women that idly wait on the railings, scoping out drunkards, offering to spend the night with them in exchange for coin. Besides the few who participate in the tasks, that floor is bare with plenty of rooms to accommodate one. But as you stand kind of at the center of this room looking up, everything's going around, this chaos is flying around you. There seems to be a sturdy-looking man who has hair as black as the stained wood that is inside this building, he sports these like dark mutton chop style beard, and he's dressed in a working man's clothes. He's highlighted by a blue vest. You see that he is pouring large tankers and handing them out. Business is booming in this establishment, and that is not deniable. This is very much a profitable place. And like I said before, groups are drinking, they're singing local shanties, playing various card games. The atmosphere in here is electric with life, and strangely, you do notice there seems to be a lingering cloud of one section in this establishment that it seems to be cold and devoid of life, and it looks like it's a table at the back of the room, and there seems to be no one partying in that area. It's like they're actively avoiding it. But you do see this gentleman who is in this establishment pouring drinks. I had to find a picture of him. Kind of looks like that.
So, did you say there's a table that is cold and no one's sitting at it?
Like, I think the vibe is cold, not actually. Like, it's like.
Gotcha. I thought
no,
this was like a little
like
micro.
No, like there's this is a tavern. It's very busy. People are circulating. You know, they're like moving in and out, drinking. It just seems like there's one part of this establishment that's just
Gotcha.
devoid of that kind of celebration. But you see this gentleman at the bar pouring drinks. Other unsavory sights around. You see a bunch of locals just drinking it up. I would actually ask you all to roll a perception check for me.
Ooh. 18.
Nice.
These numbers are so small and my eyes are so old. 19.
30.
19, dirty 20. Okay, nice.
Dirty 20.
Look at that. 18,
Natural
19,
20.
Oh.
23.
Damn, Fiska.
15.
Okay. This was mainly just for the person with the highest perception check. Jayla, thankful with your heightened sense of hearing, you do hear some local talk, some local just jibber jabber here and there. You hear someone say, "Oh, what did you hear about that lake monster in Bremen? It finally was caught and killed." So yeah, some adventurers came by and they vanquished it. They call themselves the Iron Quartet. They're pretty from what I hear, they're pretty fucking, better than any other adventurers that have been here.
Fuck those guys.
And you hear the other guy he's talking to, he's like, "Oh, huh. What do they look like? Does anyone know what these individuals look like?" Guy's like, "Well, rumor has it they are a hell of a group. They have a hold on, let me compose myself.
Love this.
Yeah, supposedly they have 5 in numbers. They're pretty okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Come up with.
I'm just giggling. Yeah, there's this goblin lady. She's supposed to be a swashbuckling pirate of sorts. There's a turtle guy. Holy fellow, don't know what his deal's about. There's some sort of dragonborn, very noble ish. There's some sort of half orc and a lizard folk. Those last two are kind of weird, but hey, they're here to. People are saying they're gonna end Oral's wrath. They're gonna end the winter. Other guy's like, that's just a load of shit. There's plenty of adventuring groups that come in and out of this place, and they all fell. Don't get your hopes up. The other guy's like, "You're no fun." And he leaves the guy and goes off to a different table and says, "Hey, have y'all heard about the Iron Quartet?" That's what you hear with that perception check.
Mm,
But yeah.
the goblin sounds cool. No, I'm just kidding.
Or do they choose to be called the quartet even though there's
A
like
quintet?
5 of them?
Okay. Love it.
I love that.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what you kind of hear is like local rumor. But yeah, what are you guys doing as you guys are kind of just in this busy tavern? You guys ordering drinks? What are you all up to?
Ichabod wants to go to that creepy corner and see if he picks up on anything.
Ichabod just beeline.
Love
Like,
that.
oh, that's my
Love
spot.
that.
Yeah, for sure. You going by yourself?
He's gonna head that direction without offering
Yeah.
to see if anybody wants to accompany him. But if they want to, they can.
Ichabod begins to filter in and out towards the back of the establishment, beginning to leave you guys.
I just look at him. I'm like,
I'll go get a room.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So the
Lauren-
guy who is doing rooms is also the bartender, I assume, right? Like,
He seems like the only there's like several servants in and
Yeah,
out, but
yeah.
he seems like the guy to come to.
yeah, I will go with Lorian and just kind of like glance back at Jayla and Fiska and say, go with Ichabod.
Oh, sure. Will you
Oh,
give
God.
this 15 gold to Lorian?
Yes, absolutely.
Say it's from me.
You got it.
All right.
By my affection.
So yeah,
So-
I'm trying to be beside Lorian, but I assume he's walking a little bit faster.
Yeah, I'll just go at my full stride.
Yeah,
I won't like wait up on him or hold hands or anything.
Yeah, for sure.
I
That'd be
try,
awesome.
but you're like, no, not right now.
No,
So you are splitting.
your
the party
hand's
again?
cold.
You're splitting the party.
Well, we're like across the room.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just wanting to
Megan,
make
that's
you
not
guys nervous.
dangerous.
Just want to make you guys nervous. Yeah. So it's the
I
it's
get
the
El's all
the original groups that y'all split the party before. That's Elazar.
Oh yeah.
yes,
Yeah. How convenient.
Yeah. Ichabod, Fiska, and Jayla, you guys begin to head towards that section of the establishment. The other two of you guys have begun to approach this bartender who is actively working. We'll let Lorian and Elzel have their spotlight, and then we'll go to everyone else.
Room.
All right. How many rooms you be wanting?
I'll do one.
One. All right. That's gonna be. He checks his fucking flip book because he doesn't remember off the top of his head.
Did you give me my money?
Who?
Elizal? Because she handed 15 gold.
I left it with Fiska.
I definitely handed all of the money.
No. Jayla just gave you 15
Oh no,
gold.
I haven't yet. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how much is it?
how many rooms you need? Just one.
I just need one.
All right. That's gonna be about 6 silver.
Jesus.
I will speak up and say, we need 3, and I got it.
Oh. 3 more plus that one, or just are you two separate?
What? No,
Well,
3 total.
Oh.
I'd like my own room.
Right. You got your own room.
Okay.
3 total.
Just so I...
Okay. That'd be in total 1 gold, 8 silver.
Okay.
For the whole lot.
I'll hand that over.
Yep.
He takes it and bites the coins as you hand them over, making sure they're real. All right. Anything else I can do for you?
A round of drinks to that table over there, and I point to the creepy, cold, abandoned table.
Food.
And food.
He looks at you. I was told not to send any drink or food over there, so that's a kind gesture. I can send it to any other patron within the building if you'd like.
Wait, okay, well, give us the drinks here, and we'll bring them over there. Does that work?
He shrugs. Sure. Not on my hands. I'm just giving you the food. You can do whatever you want with it. He
Sure.
drinks food. It's going to be about 3 silver for it all.
Okay, I'll
Nothing
pay that.
too
I'll
crazy.
pay that too. I said, don't worry about it, Lori.
Yep. You guys pay for the rooms, the food, the drinks.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys head over to this section of the establishment. This table here at the back is, like before, is aptly lacking that electric atmosphere that is this establishment, and it is kind of strange seeing how kind of empty it is back here. And as you guys push and get closer, you notice standing a little. It's like a kind of like a wall, and it's like around the wall, but it's posted before where the wall turns to the table. There are two almost, as you approach, they appear to be statues. And as you get closer, you see that the statues kind of shift a little bit. And you notice that these are gargoyles. Here's two gargoyles here. The bigger of the two is it's in appearance it's similar to that of a toad. It has this very large head that matches the shape of its equally large body. And the other one is a slightly smaller one. It has dark horns and wears an amulet around its neck, and it's stationed just right across from the other one. And as you guys approach closer, they both put their hands out and step inwards towards each other, and they just stand there stationary. They don't speak. They just stand there.
So like they're blocking us from getting to the table?
Yes.
That's a reserved table.
Are there any other tables that are open?
Yeah, there's plenty of other tables within this establishment, but this is a table that whatever they're impeding you from getting to is
I thought you were saying it's the only empty table. I gotcha. I misunderstood.
I'm gonna show you pictures of these gargoyles.
Yeah.
But they have their names on them, so just don't pronounce their names,
We'll.
There you go.
Okay.
I like it.
Ichabod will ask him, like, I'm sorry, is this the VIP section?
As you ask that, they both simultaneously give you a little shove backwards.
Oh.
Like a light.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you do hear from around the corner, you hear a voice, a very feminine voice that says, "This table is reserved for one. Sorry."
One what?
Yeah.
Someone with enough wealth to pay for it. Do you have business with
Is this just the three of them? Me and Lorian are still at the bar, right?
Yeah, your guys are still coming.
Okay.
You're still, yeah.
Oh, bite my tongue.
The voice says, "What business do you have with me? Why do you bother me?"
We are here to break Arl's curse.
Nice. Straightforward.
As that may be, you have, like many before you, you will probably fail. I wish you the best of luck. Jailer, you're muted, by the way.
Wait, who even are you?
I don't brandish my name. That's a need for me to know, not for you. I don't know you, and I don't want to share that information. So kindly...
So how do we know you're important?
Both of the gargoyles' heads turn towards you, and then turn back. I have status. That's all that you need to know.
So as we're at the bar saying, like, we want drinks delivered over to that table, are we seeing this at the same time as, like, we're saying
you kind of glance over. It's kind of hard to see through all the commotion in the crowd, but you obviously see that the group looks like they're being stopped by two statues of some sort.
If Ichabod gets pushed by the statue and I see it, I'll just, like, smile a little bit.
I'll just say, for narrative purposes, you definitely see that, yes.
Yeah.
I'll smile a little bit.
Tessa's gonna crane her neck around and try and see the figure, whoever's speaking. It's like,
you crane your long neck around, and the two gargoyles, they're slow in noticing it. They don't really pick up on it fast, but even if they come together, your head would just go between the slots between them, and you'll be able to look still. So you don't have to worry about getting like smashed like that. And you look past them and you see that sitting at a table by herself. It's a woman. She has a wine cup and she's just looking at it, spinning it, like in her hand, watching the wine kind of like run around the edge of the cup. And she is a She's a tiefling woman. Her skin is just icy snow white, whiter than the snow. She has 2 horns that are of the same icy white coloration that kind of curve backwards behind her. Equally white, slicked back hair, and she has these very sharp, cold, blue eyes that just pierce down at this cup of wine. And you see that like sitting atop of her shoulder is a beautiful black beautiful. I want to say it was a white raven. I think that's what it was. It was a white raven that dropped it off to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a white raven. She's petting it, not looking up at you. And you see the raven look over to you, and you see its eyes are the same blue.
Between 2 rocks. Fucking gargoyles.
Oh, wow.
But this raven looks at you with the same icy blue eyes that she has. And you see that without even like glancing up to you, as she like holds on to, she quits petting the bird and grips a staff that's next to her that's made entirely out of pure ice. It's an ice staff. She has these clothes of lead, like the rest of her clothing is leather. It's been lined with large white owl feathers. And she notices you, and without looking up as she grips this, you see that the raven itself speaks. Without her looking at the raven itself speaks. And it says, "This seat has been taken. Please do not bother me. Thank you." But she kind of looks like this chick right here.
If I had to give you like an image.
Into the unknown.
But she's holding on to this icy staff. She's like the lady herself is looking at this cup, and she's just swirling it around. But the raven with its icy blue eyes looks at you, and it speaks towards you, saying that this table's been taken.
So, Fiska is the only one that can actually see this, right?
Fiska's the only one that sees, because she has this long neck that she's like,
Right.
awkwardly like giraffing around the corner.
She comes back and just turns to the other two and is like, "Looks like Avarice. I see the white raven."
But you've got the letter, though, right?
I also had it, but he read it out. He read it out to everybody. And Fiska, you saw the raven when you were flying too.
You just got it.
Oh, wait, did she mention him by name in the letter? Do I remember?
I read the letter out loud to all of you guys. Yeah.
Did he? It said your name on it and everything, right?
No, it said those traveling with the storm Onagaz. And we
Mm.
deduced, because the letter mentioned me burning a letter, we deduced that they were probably talking about me, but...
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll just kind of... How tall are these gargoyles anyways?
They're like 4 foot.
Oh, then I can
They're
see
small.
over them.
Can you?
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. I'll just look in that general direction.
Well, no. So like the way this room is like structured, or however this table's seated, it's like, so say you're looking straight ahead, there is a wall that blocks off, like it's like it goes up and turns a corner, and the table's around the corner. So you can't actually see around the corner towards this person. Only reason Fiska was able to is because she's got that long awkward neck that could peer around it.
Okay, then I'm just gonna say in that direction. Storm how do you say it? Onagaz?
Onagaz, yep.
Storm Onagaz. Does that interest you?
Gargle, let them proceed. And you see as she says that, the 2 gargoyles.
And I'm not even with you.
Yeah, they separate the 2 gargoyles, and 2 gargoyles separate.
What's
from
the
one
menu
another.
like?
Yeah. You guys are almost done getting the food ready. Your food's about to be handed off to y'all to take it over. But those two gargoyles step aside. You know, they have this expressionless demeanor the entire time. And then you make your way past them, and Jayla more so. The description changes for you because you don't really have good vision, but it still applies. You get the gist of it. As you see this, she's very beautiful. She has these blue eyes, icy blue eyes. Very white, pale skin, very much a tiefling. She is a good-looking person. She's very, very well taken care of. You can see that everything she wears is fine, crafted, and she holds onto this icy staff and just watches you. And this time, instead of the raven, you see the raven's, those that you can see the raven's eyes change from that white, the icy blue, actually like a dark black color, and then you see the lady herself look up at y'all and take notice of you.
Ichabod gives the gargoyles a stink eye as he walks past.
Yeah, they don't even turn. They just like separate. Their heads stay still facing forward,
Yeah.
and they push against the wall again.
He still gives them the stink eye.
Yeah, as she looks up to you, shaking this wine goblet, she looks at you. I don't see a storm on Unagaz, so
He's over there.
Oh yeah, he's getting food and drinks.
Can I come in at this point?
Ta-da!
I'll just yell at the bar, Elazelle!
you hear her yell towards you.
Oh, I'll go over there.
I guess I'll wait for the food.
I would say this corresponds same time.
Yeah, that's what I assumed everything was ready, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm carrying my share. Lorian's got his, and I'm like,
Yeah.
so we got food. I don't know what the fuck this is, but we got rooms too. But I honestly don't even know how many beds there are in them. I feel like I got enough, and then I just like kind of like turn and I'm like,
Oh yeah, this is the chick that sent you that letter. I think.
oh,
She crosses her arm as she lets go of her staff, crosses her arms, and she looks at you. Very strange.
I say the
That's rude.
same thing every morning. Thank you.
I mean, quite beautiful, but just it's a strange sight to see. Y'all see that she tunes out all of y'all and just focuses on Elazelle. Very much so gives off that she doesn't. Y'all no use to her.
Is there a table like in front of me or something?
Yeah, there's a table.
I kind of like.
It's a large square table with like 7 chairs around it.
I like slowly put everything down like closest to me, and I pick one drink up. I'm like, drink?
She says, "I have my drink," and she takes her little wine glasses and runs
And
the wine around inside
I
of
just
it.
say good, and I chug the whole fucking thing in one swig.
Yeah, she motions towards y'all to sit down. Sit.
Can I stand for like just a little bit?
Sure.
Okay.
She says, "I see some competence still remains within these lands. I had hoped that Townspeaker Nerth could have been trusted to deliver this letter, but I should have known better. Most people here do entitle themselves to degeneracy, vulgarity, and the spoils of meager wealth.
Yeah, that was
she
my
takes
bad.
this up.
I didn't trust him, so I made him burn it.
It's a wise choice.
I just didn't
Pretty
want
much a
it. I
shitbag.
didn't want the information I've been waiting for 22 years from his hands.
Who's to say he would even... Anyways.
Yeah.
Take no offense
You go.
when I say this. That was a smart decision, but you... Besides the fact that was... you guys are very much a strange... This is a strange company you travel with, Storm Unagaz. You know, you have beasts of all kind around you. Do you guys have a leader? You are the leader, are you not?
No, you do realize that the term Onagaz is new to me, right? I've never heard that before. I didn't know what I was or where I was from. I'm gonna give you that.
Oh, that's sad to hear, but not many do. It's only those that have influence and the knowledge or informed about what you are and what... why don't you... I do find it quite humorous, but it's not surprising. I'm upset, though, that no self-worthy practitioner of magic has approached you yet about this. You are pretty fascinating, but you know how other magic wielding beings can be. They give us a bad reputation. Please, what's your name? By chance.
I grabbed the mug from whoever's closest to me, and I drink that one as well.
Hey.
I just I drink it. I'm like, Elazelle.
Elazelle. It's a beautiful name. My name is Avarice. I am a high mage of the Arcane Brotherhood. It's a pleasure to meet you and your party that you travel with. You are the leader of this party, correct?
There's no leader.
Oh. I mean, I thought I was, but
There is no
yeah.
leader.
I was like, I have to fight for it.
Well, there obviously has to be one amongst you whose instruction are usually held with more priority. That is the natural leader of the group, is it not?
I mean, I think I just intimidate most of the time, and people listen. But
I don't
She's good at
think
it too.
so.
Yeah, I feel like there are just certain situations where we
See,
all
Fiska
excel,
gets it.
and you know, we lead when we all need to lead. I think.
That's fine. No leadership, new rules, right? You live in the moment, you, as they say.
Anarchy.
I wouldn't say no rules.
Well, do you have at least have a name, a party name, a group name, a traveling? How long have you companions been traveling together?
26 years.
Several months, please. Oh, 6 years.
No, I said
week?
26 years.
Like a week?
How long has it been? Yeah.
I thought it's
More
been.
than a day yet.
It's been like 6
6
days.
days.
Yeah, almost a week.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 hours.
well, that's a. Oh, the rest of you should feel pleasure to be working with such a fine
Mm-mm.
creation.
I shake my head. I'm like,
I don't know about
I don't
pleasure.
want-
I
don't
mean,
want-
he
I wouldn't-
really knows how to get hammered. It's pretty
That's
cool.
a strong. Pleasure's a
I
strong
wouldn't
word.
say.
She just looks down at the table and takes a gulp of her wine. And she
Yeah,
just like
and
rubs the side of her
Elazar's like,
temple.
that's what I'm talking about.
She rubs the side of her temple a little bit. Oh, okay then. Well, obviously you would you like to know more about yourself? I have that information if you would join me.
I grab the drink from whoever's closest to me, and I drink it, and I say, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes,
Fiska,
please.
Fiska, you're mid drink and he just snatches it out of your hand and just like gulp dry air.
Wow.
You know, sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied. It's not every day I get to meet a living Unagaz. Most of your kind has been hunted or died out through inbreeding. Not a fertile species, but a very important one at that. You know, I feel like I'm looking at a relic lost to time. You were made by the great creator himself, Unazi Gazold. His handiwork is quite remarkable, and she like looks you up and down in a very investigative.
Can you spell that? Unazi?
Yeah, it's O-N.
Umami?
Here, I'll copy and paste it.
Okay.
For you guys.
Yeah, umami?
Umami. I'm sure this is the first time you're hearing about the great creator himself.
Yes. Correct. I'm not crazy about those, the 4 letters that follow the O, but that's alright.
Hey, I didn't name the species.
That's okay. Hopefully he's dead. That's alright.
Oh, he is long gone from this earth.
That was.
I
didn't
mean-
actually say that.
No, I know. But yes, the late great Unazi Gazold, he did make you. His very blood, that's in fact runs throughout your body, throughout all of the Unagaz. He was responsible in aiding the craft of the most well-known and first magicratic empire in the world has ever seen, the Nithral Empire. He is one of history's greatest creators, and he helped create the greatest magic society on Faerun. Oh, frankly, without him, this meeting would not be happening. Obviously, you wouldn't exist, and it's quite profound when you think about how all that power that you have is within your blood. It flows through you. And when I caught word of a Storm Unagaz, I was delighted. I just had to be the first to talk to you. So what exactly? This is a long shot. I doubt you know. No offense, but what exactly do you know anything about the Nithral Empire?
I've never heard of it. I grew up in Golden Fields, an orphan. I literally know nothing about myself.
That's okay. No one, not many individuals don't know about the Neutral Empire. It's kind of a it's lost to history. It's a only those who strive to know about them, if you get what I'm saying. She pours herself some more wine and drinks it, and she just chugs it, throws it back. It's a pity.
Can I stop?
Don't.
Can I stop you for a second? How did you find out about me?
She looks down at her empty wine glass. I had heard rumors here and there about someone spotting a strange being of your kind before headed in this direction. I did extensive research, and I have paid quite a bit to get here to this point to talk to you.
She's this is her, right? What I'm seeing right now. She's all white, blue eyes.
Yeah, all white, blue eyes. She has this leather armor with like white owl feathers. She has a staff made out of ice.
I'm sorry, white what feathers?
Owl feathers.
Okay.
Kind of like what Lumi would have had.
Yeah.
Your other character that you're gonna make.
How I know I still have Lumi in my characters. How much does looking at her remind me of the owl that I saw while we were out on the mountain, on the base of the mountain?
I mean, that could be like a glance over. I say that could be maybe like perception check to get the quality of what she's wearing, or like some sort of. Actually, I'd say like maybe a history check to try to recall.
Well, we looked into each other's eyes, right? I'm looking in her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just to see if you discern anything else.
Okay.
Anything else that would
perception?
protrude from a. Yeah.
Okay.
Perception.
Balls. 10.
I mean, the owl feathers themselves, they look like owl feathers. I mean, they're not overtly like large, like a large owl had them. They're not like. I mean, it looks like she paid for fine owl feathers, and these are white owl feathers. You probably get the sense that just maybe from the way she sits, the way she carries herself, that since she knew she was coming to Icewind Dale, she kind of wanted to be discreet and be all white, and it kind of just blends in with the environment, helps her feel warm, something of that nature. You kind of pick that up naturally from your passive insight.
Okay, I'll let her keep going.
Yeah, I paid for the knowledge to know where you were at, and now I'm here before you. It's I do find it quite coincidental. Destiny seems to find a way to spit on my plans and my goals in life, but I thought that I may, extend an olive branch to meet you before the others reach out. So, Neutral. I've heard rumors that, more so less rumors and more so hard evidence that there is a city, a nethery city trapped beneath the ice. Now, if there's any truth to this, then I shall go down in history, more so than any other Arcane Brotherhood mage. And these arcane advancements that I personally could make, I could change this world. I could make it better for everyone and anyone. I could ascend to the status of an archmage within the Brotherhood. You, too, would be able to learn more about your species, maybe track down more of your kind. You're not the only kind of Onagaz. There's several other types out there, but you could help maybe find more information, track them down. And think of it this way, it's not every day you get to uncover an ancient civilization, so I think we should work together.
Wait, I'm sorry, you want to work together just so you can become an archmage? Just like this is just for you, but like Craig outside of game is just like, this is like when someone approaches a graphic designer and says, "Oh yeah, this is for exposure. This is."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She. I'll be honest with you. There are. Netherese Empire is a wealth of knowledge in this civilization. Pretty much has wiped off the face of the earth at this point in time, and the knowledge I seek is not aptly permitted to me. And I know that they have several strong artifacts within their empires. They had at one point, they had magical spires that could alter reality. They could grant one their most inner desire, their most inner wishes. They could restore peace. They could change the world. I don't seek that. I don't think that would even be functioning at this point. The magics that are present now within Faerun are nothing like they were back in the day whenever the Empire was around. But
right. So what I haven't heard yet though is, if you follow this course and I become an archmage, we could defeat Oral together. I haven't heard that. I've heard I can become more powerful. You could find shiny things. Where's the good in all of this? I don't want shiny things. I mean, shiny things are great. I'm glad that you want to be more powerful. That's not really something I seek, but that's what I'm hearing. How does this... I haven't heard you be concerned about what's going on in this area, and for Christ's sake, I'm not even from this area, and I'm concerned. I don't hear that in your voice. I don't say Christ, I say for
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I feel sympathy towards these people, but I don't think I alone could even defeat a god, or so to speak, whatever curses these lands. They say it's Oral. It could be, who knows. The people here know this place is going downhill, and I see it that if we access this empire and the magical items we do find in it, I mean, it could change the way this landscape is. It could bring peace back. It could save the people. I do desire these people, even though they do lack the courtesy and, generosity of some of the other cities within Faerun. I do sympathize for them. I do know they have hard times, but... And I didn't mean to come off too selfish. I mean, I see, I am just excited. It's not every day I had this opportunity before me, and listen, all I'm saying is I'm in a position, we're in a position to change the landscape of this region. We could, whatever is cursing these lands, whatever is affecting these lands, I know it has something to do with the Neithro Empire. There's some sort of connection. And, maybe salvation comes from us investigating, or for me investigating. Listen, all I'm saying is, if you would want to form a partnership, if you ask around about the Neithro Empire, if you find anything, send a word back to me. I'll pay you 50 gold for any information you find pertinent, anything you find that relates to them. I don't...
So you're saying this is off camera.
Yes.
You're saying Ythrin, right?
Neithro, yeah. I don't know how to say it.
Or whatever it is, like okay.
Nethril?
Ythryn?
No, it's Nethril. It's Netheril. Nethril.
Okay, so this is so that kingdom is different than the long lost buried city that she's talking about.
She basically said it used to be a city part of the empire. Part of that empire. That's what I gathered. But that city's buried under the ice.
Right.
I'll just respond to her and I will say, listen, no one intends to be selfish. You said you didn't intend to be selfish. No one intends that. Right? But you can sometimes hear it. I heard it, but I've been looking for this information my whole life. And I burned a letter once. Didn't burn this one. I'm here. I'm here in front of you. However, it
sounds to Ichabod. Ichabod says, sounds to me like you would find some valuable information in this long lost city. I would like to investigate this long lost city. I don't know about the rest of these people.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, if this city holds information about who I am more than what we've just been given, which is more than I've ever had my entire life, I am more than willing to go down there, but I'm not sure what a partnership means. I don't think we need a partnership. I don't want to shake your hand. I don't know you. I just met you. But if you're based here, if you're gonna be here, and if I find information that I'm willing to share with you, sure, I'll come do that. But I don't know you. Like, what? The only reason that you started talking about helping and saving these people is because I told you you didn't sound like you wanted to do it. Where's the trust in that? Give me something more. Give me something I can trust. Give me some reason to come back to you, because frankly, what I see in front of me is someone made of snow. Someone completely white, covered in owl feathers. Do you know what I experienced out on that mountain? A large owl with blue eyes, just like yours. I experienced cutting the heads off of dead folk with eyes that feel just like yours. And right after I did it, that owl visited me. So where's the trust?
I see you have...
Oh, you're a computer. You've entered the Matrix.
He's actually, like... You've actually caught on,
yeah.
And so they dropped the act.
Oh my god.
We're not in Icewind Dale anymore.
Is it better?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch!
You
could have thought it'd be easy.
She just strangles all of you.
Yeah.
She looks disappointed when you say this. Listen, I can't speak for what you've seen in these lands, and I can't liken or lessen my appearance based on the observations, regardless of what I look like. I can't know what you've gone through up in these lands, but trust me when I say I have no part in whatever a large owl has to do with you cutting off dead folks' head. I know decisions have to be made in the wilderness, and I've heard tell of strange ongoings within the wilderness. I can tell you that, I mean, my word's only my word. You don't, like you said, you don't know me, and I hardly know you. I just know what you are, and I was just excited. And you did say that the only reason I started saying these things about what we could change, what we could do here, I didn't lead off with that just because I was selfish. I have been searching 30 years for a hinting. I've searched the land. Sorry, my dog started drinking water. It scared the fuck out of me.
You're fine.
I was like, what the fuck is that? I have spent most of my life looking for any hint, looking for this information. I'm this close. I know it's here. I know it has to be here within the snow. I mean, it wouldn't be easy to find if everyone found it. Or if anyone found it, it would have already been done, right? I'm not the only one looking for this city. There are other Brotherhood members that are searching Icewind Dale. I thought it'd be best if I did this as fast as possible before the old lady showed up, before the man showed up. I don't want them to persuade you from not trusting me. They are opinionated, as we all are, and I just want to establish some sort of face. I mean, any information you offer is worth more than its weight in gold. I'm a selfish person. It's just my nature. It's how I've been my whole life. But I do hear these concerns, and I know it seems a little coincidental that you have seen these things in the wilderness, but I cannot turn into an owl. I can tell you that, at least.
Well, I suppose my next question is what do you mean by a partnership? Because if we can delay entering something like that until something in the area has been established, some information, some knowledge, some I don't want to sign in blood on a contract before
Have no fear. That's not how I operate. I simply, she reaches in and pulls out a pouch and slides it across the table. Consider this a introductory. I just want information from you. You don't have to do anything else for me. Any information. You will be approached by an elderly woman with some kobolds that are alive and some that are no longer living. She will approach you eventually. She will put up a front, and she looks over to Lauren. You don't have to raise your hand. Just speak.
Their names.
One moment.
Also, you are self-professed greedy and selfish. Is that why you're named Avarice? Do they have similar names? And if you're so greedy and selfish, how could we trust you to not stab us in the back? And I'll look at my party members as I say that.
I'll glance over to you and just give you a nod, like I appreciate it.
I got some fresh wounds with that out of character.
My name and my tendencies ironically do line up, but it is not why I was named Avarice. My mother, my father, and besides the point, no, their names have nothing to do with how they are. This is just, like before, coincidental.
But you are selfish. You said so yourself.
I am selfish. I will not lie about that.
What if we find some item or information you need? What's to stop a potential archmage from taking it from us?
I mean,
your greed may be placed in front of our lives.
Listen, do not get it twisted how greedy I am. My greed is the only thing that...
You have to prove it to us. So until you prove otherwise...
How would you want me to prove
I put my hand up towards Lorraine and I say, Lorraine, I appreciate it. I hear you, and I understand. It's kind of basically what I've been saying to her all along. Like, I don't trust her. We don't trust her. She's handing over a pouch. I assume there's coin in it. And that's our introduction. And from here, we decide what we want to do with the information we have, and hopefully a little bit more information that we're about to be given about possible whereabouts of a lost city, or I don't know, just a little bit more information about what the fuck an Onagaz is, because a lot of things have been happening to me lately. I don't know what it is. So yeah, my lightning's gone from lightning to lightning, here to here, and yeah.
She just leans back and crosses her arms. Well, what would you like to be answered first? You pick. I'm all yours.
Craig wants to know if we can take literally a 5-minute bio break. It's very, very
500
quickly.
gold for sure. Yeah, go for it. Let me write down some stuff so I can remember.
Yeah,
Actually, we can just rehash it whenever y'all get back in.
Yeah, I mean, my questions will be, so you have a couple minutes. My questions will be, do you have any indication of where this city might be, or why you think it exists? And why am I all of a sudden exploding with this energy that I've never had before? I'll be right back.
Tyler, you want to know the names of the other people? Hear me? Tyler?
You're real faint.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, there you are.
I said, Tyler, you wanted to know the names of the people too? That's what you asked earlier.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Does anybody else have any burning questions that I need to write down so I can address?
Well, Ichabod would also want to know where this city was at.
Okay. So kind of on the same lines as Elzo.
Yeah. You piggyback it on that one.
Jayla? Do you want to know anything?
I'm just chilling.
Fiska, you want to know anything?
Taking in the info.
I would pull out Ethel's knife to see if she would recognize it. I would briefly show. I don't know if she would, or if there would be some magic off it or something. And then I don't know if I want to tell her anything more.
Yeah.
She's shady. She's been too nice to us.
I hate you sons of bitches. I can't be nice. I can't be mean. I can't do nothing.
Well, if there was a deal,
everyone just gets grilled.
If there was a clear deal, then it'd be easier to establish what she wanted. But she's like, well, what power?
She'll get to it. She'll get to the real deal of it in a second.
Eventually. But...
There's just so many people keep interjecting with questions and I get lost in track.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, other people took a break. Sorry, guys. I know we were so close to wrapping this up, or I assume we were.
What this is? No, I mean, it's however longer the players want.
I want to go till 2 in the morning, Jacob.
Oh, no, no. Oh, you're talking about the session. I thought you were talking about the scene.
No, just the session in general, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Probably be like another 40 minutes until it's over.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna grab a bubbly.
You know, when I named the person who Nazi Gazold, I did not think about Nazi in it. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Sorry. When I first read it, I'm like, oh, He pronounced it differently, so that's something.
Oh, Nazi!
Oh, no, it's like an Irish
she
German.
does a little salute too while she's at it. No. Oh man, everybody just had to go take a piss.
Well, you know.
Doo-doo.
For some reason.
Actually, I did think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nathan.
As I say, I did think of another question.
Sweet. What is it?
Do you know Hen, and where the heck are they?
Do I know Hin?
Yeah, the one that brought us all together in the first place.
Does she know Hlyn?
Oh, Hlyn Trollbean.
And are they doing okay?
Status? Question mark.
Our buddy.
I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble.
You will be
others
visited
don't.
by an old woman and 2 kobolds at the stroke of one. On the second night, expect the same.
I'm happy y'all picked up the between 2 rocks thing. I was like, oh, I don't think they're gonna pick that up, but
Yeah, that was all Craig.
That was all me.
I was like, oh, they picked it up. I thought I was being cheeky, and then
Well, that's what,
like,
like, you said where they were, and then I looked it up on your list of places, and I'm like, oh, it's an inn. Why would there be rocks in an inn? And then when you started talking about the gargoyles, and then you mentioned something, I'm like, oh. I gotcha.
The innkeeper's a geology nerd.
Yeah.
I think everyone's back.
They're made of granite.
What is your favorite rock? Granite. No, gravel.
All right, ready? All right, so we pick back up. She's leaning back in her seat, and she asks you pretty much the same question over again, or says the same thing. Ask away. I'm here to answer for you. That's me just stating it. She
Right.
just says it in character, but yeah, go ahead and ask whatever question.
I would just say, you said you've been searching for this for, did you say 30 years? Is that what you said?
She just nods in approval.
So, obviously, if you want us to do this, and this isn't us, this is not just me, the Onagaz. Weird. What information do you have so far about where it isn't and where it might be? That you haven't been able to, I don't know, approach, breach. I don't know. 30 years is a long time.
Indeed, it is. Far too long. It's hard to. She puts the wine glass down and just looks at y'all all blankly.
She still have
So the
wine in the
informa-
bottle?
No, it's empty at this point.
Fuck, I was gonna scooch
I mean,
a glass.
there's probably a drop.
I was
in
gonna
it.
scooch a glass forward to ask her to pour me some.
Um,
Just say you want trust.
She looks at you blankly and says, "Well, the location of this supposed, well, not supposed, this city, this Netherese Empire. So I know where it's not, and I know where it is. It is in Icewind Dale,
That's helpful, because we're here.
but I don't know where at in Icewind Dale. That is where I come to try to form a partnership with you. If you find any information, any whereabouts, if you send a letter to me, if I can send Gurgle or Gargle to check up on you every week or so to
I'm
see
sorry,
if there's
you're
information.
gonna send what for what?
The 2 gargoyles, Gurgle and Gargle.
Their names are Gurgle and Gargle. The gargoyles. Okay.
They are named
Sure,
after.
awesome.
They are named after some of the most historical figures within the Netherese Magicrack.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's keen humor, I see. But I can't find it on my own. And what I was going to say earlier, whenever these individuals approach you, you, Bugbear, asked about what their names were. Well, you will see there is a human illusionist. He was a former Red Wizard of Thay. If that matters or not in your judgment of him. He is a strong magical practitioner, and he is probably going to approach you, as is Vlyn Harple, the human necromancer with the kobolds I mentioned. She has several undead and several dead.
What was that name?
Vlyn?
Vlyn. V-L-E.
Vlyn, okay.
Here, I will copy
I thought you said Helen.
Yeah.
Second.
Wait,
Oh.
son
Like,
of
wait,
a
what?
bitch!
I will just spell it for you because I don't want to hyperlink it to you. It's V-E-L-L-Y-N-N-E.
Whoa.
Whoa, do that again.
V-E-L-L-Y-N-N-E.
Harple.
Harple, H-A-R-P-E-L-L.
Man.
And the one she mentioned previously was named Dazan. It's D-Z-A-A-N. She says, Dazan or Vlyn, one of them will eventually approach you. More so, probably Vlyn. She is more experienced.
Wait, are these people with you, or are these people like that will also be searching because they now know that there's a living Onagaz that they can track down?
My information on you is mine alone. They have not indulged this side of the research of the Netherese Empire. They said it was a loose thread and it would turn out no fair. It would lead me amok, basically. They didn't think it was worth their time to invest in. They are part of the same brotherhood as me. They are arcane members of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Okay.
But I do not. We do not work together. I am alone on my
You're
journey.
all fighting for the same position.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's good to know. And it's interesting that they would try to persuade you to change course from something that you're interested in, because it kind of sounds like they might be interested in the same thing and they wanted you to. Yeah.
And she nods. That's exactly my thought.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't trust them, but when they do approach,
Yeah.
it would not be unwise to get in good with them and become friends with them. And
It
maybe
would
any information.
not be unwise. I should get.
You should.
Okay,
You've
okay.
had several that
Yeah,
I should have. Yes. Yes, it's
I should trust.
You should
them.
try to
Okay.
get in with them and
Yep.
get their trust, as they are wellsprings of knowledge that they do not feel is important for me to know. And I don't know their intentions. Besides status of Archmage, obviously, that's all of our intentions.
Yeah. Can you
But
not all be
Vlyn-
Can you not all be that? There's only one.
No, it's only one per class.
Mhm.
We were in the same class. Given the discrepancy in our ages, we are from different schools of magic. But I would dare be afraid to think of what a powerful necromancer could do with the technology within the Netherese Empire.
Now, necromancer, that's like they deal with like dead and like.
They revive and resurrect dead. Yes.
I mean, sometimes that's good, but yeah. So, I mean, you know.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
like, if Lorian over here, if he's just happened to die, I mean, I'd feel bad. I'd want to bring him back, but I don't know how to do that.
You could certainly try. I'm sure of that.
Maybe I'll learn at some point.
Hopefully. I would say that. Trust is a resource much overlooked in this region, as it is Icewind Dale, and it's a tricky situation. It's a tricky subject, but if you would be able to, you not only find more information out there about this, any leads that you think would be of importance, I would pay you a monetary value, usually 50 gold, per piece of information. Or if it's something they share with you, that information would better direct our search. You don't have to agree. I'm not forcing anyone's hand. You don't sign a contract. This gold, she slides the pouch that she already put on the table, has 50 gold in it. If you would, you can take it. If you don't want to take it, it's not going to insult me.
Very quickly. And I say, did you grow up with parents? Did you have like a mother and father, or a mother or father? Did you have someone to guide you?
I'm sure at one point I did.
You don't remember? You don't know? I don't understand. What are you saying?
Usually, those inducted into the Arcane Brotherhood or orphans at one point or time. So I did have a family when I was younger, but I don't. It's kind of one of the requirements to get into the school. Right, so you don't remember. You basically grew up without proper, Yes, is this okay? Is this not? No, I mean. Do you not work with people that are orphans? No, the reason I'm asking is because to grow up without parents is to grow up without trusting very many people. And if that's the case, then I mean, I know you know what it feels like to grow up. I mean, at least you knew what you were, but that's not... I mean, I think you did. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. Did you? Did you grow up knowing what you were? What are you? I am a tiefling. Did you grow up knowing that? From your earliest memories, you knew you were a tiefling? I knew I was different, and then I did research and found out what I was. How old were you? I mean, it's not... out? 3. Oh, okay. That's some early research. good on you. She giggles a little bit. I'm just fucking with you. I was 6. Okay. Well, I mean, that doesn't really matter. I'm sorry. This is. That's fine. I didn't think this was gonna happen right away. I thought we were gonna have some drinks and some food, and I was gonna talk to my friend over here about how we left him behind, and there's just. And it's this now, and I'm finding out who I am and what I am, and it's... I mean, thank you, but... okay.
I'm gonna take Ichabod's drink and just slide it over to Elza.
And I drink it a lot, all of it. Yes. After I drink it. Can we not call it a partnership? Can we just agree that can we just agree that if we find out information that pertains to what you want out of this, it's not a partnership, out of this thing, we will bring it to you. And you know what? Gold's great. If you want to give me that, wonderful. I just want to know. I want to help. That's all I want to do. Knowledge, and I just want to help. And I respect that of you. It's in everyone's best interest that we do help this region, regardless of selfish greed, needs. It can be an agreement. It could be whatever you want to call it. If partnership leaves a foul taste in your mouth, then we will not reference it as a partnership. There's no pact, there's no spit, there's no blood, there's no, if we don't live up to our end of the bargain, you come after us and kill us because you're not an archmage. I mean, you guys, I don't even think I could kill you. You guys look really strong. Really hardened. I mean, we try. You pick up that she was being sarcastic. Yeah. But, but anyways, yes, there's no, no, that's not happening. I don't want that. I just want to establish this agreement. Introductions are always nice. If it would be easier if there was a leader among you, if there was a group name that I could refer to you as. It's no pressure to talk about it. Usually it's good to have an image, especially in. I mean, I heard of a group called the Iron Quartet that's been going around. And
that's us.
You are the.
We are
Where,
the.
where is the where is the goblin? I
I'm
heard
the
there was a
turtle.
goblin.
I'm the turtle. Sorry. Been misleading you this whole time.
Oh,
We
clever.
are the Copper Quartet.
We'll work on it. I mean, like I said, we have some of our own conversations to have, so.
Fantastic.
She looks over to Lorian, and glances down at your knife, the Ethel's knife that you have.
Ooh.
I would get rid of that.
Why?
There is an air of divination magic around it, and I don't want that around me.
It's cursed.
Where should I leave it?
I want you to just throw it behind you.
Anywhere.
Like the kids in Christmas Carol when they get their socks.
Yep.
Anywhere. Just not. I don't want it around me. It's not. Yes.
Do you know who has this?
Do I know the caster? No, I don't. I know the type of magic, but I don't know whose knife that is. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Thank you.
Is there a way I could be protected from a... I'll throw the knife.
I
Is
love
there a
it.
way I could be protected from a curse?
You. Ah!
Oh.
Someone in the background just screams out in agony as a dagger sticks out from the back. Be protected from a curse. I mean, there is magic that.
I cannot speak certain words to inform people of the situation.
Oh, you're cursed. Cursed.
That was the implication.
Okay. Good on you for not.
We hear you saying that, though, right?
I mean, you're there.
Right. Okay. So that, I mean, that's like a whole other level of understanding.
Yeah. Usually, if there is an alleged curse placed upon one, I would seek refuge in a temple of a holy god. Your friend.
There's a couple here.
There are several. There is the House of the Morning Lord. There's the House of the Tyrad. There are. Those are pretty much the two big ones that I know. And yes.
Will the divine presence protect me, or am I seeking to get a curse removed?
I don't have first-hand. I know of curses and how they work, but most of the time, if a curse has been willingly given or has been wrongfully given, usually there's only one certain type of magic that can remove that curse. So I would try that first, and if it doesn't work, then I wish you the best of luck.
Do you know the price range on that sort of stuff?
It's about 150 gold.
Fuck me.
There's. I just gave 50. If, there are several side jobs you could do here and there.
Oh, yes.
Would you?
Okay.
I could. Do you want me to forward you 100 more gold as a sign of trust?
If you, yeah. I mean,
I would speak up and say, this is him making that agreement with you. I just want
no
to make that
strings
clear.
attached.
She smiles, smirks at you.
Never mind.
Yes, I'm just fucking with you.
Okay. Well,
I don't have 100 gold on me though. I will be telling you that right now. But she reaches in and pulls out a scroll, spell scroll.
It says
this
Visa on the top.
This is a this is a hold up, I don't even know. This is a spell scroll prepared with the Nox spell on it. If you want to take it to the appropriate shop, you could be reimbursed for selling it to them, and that should cover your cost.
okay.
I forgot I'm not a wizard in this
Yeah,
campaign.
no,
I got
yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
But other than that, you, Elizel, you are Storm Onagaz. I did say that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that innate ability to evoke lightning, and you asked why, whatever you did with your fingers earlier, you asked why is it like that? Well, I would probably, more than likely, deduce that it's because your blood notices and senses that you are close to the Netherrealm Empire, and the closer you get, the stronger it'll pull you and affect you and change your body. You have the Great Creator's blood in your body, and that's more than enough. That's a drop of that is powerful.
So what you're saying is that
you are a compass.
I'm like a divining rod. For...
Yes. Very much so.
So basically, I just kind of
So we're gonna like.
I just kind of walk around and wait for it to get stronger and stronger, and all of a sudden I explode, and the rest of my group's like, "Oh, we found it."
Basically, that's
right. Okay, that's great.
Yes.
Well,
obviously, that's exactly what's gonna happen to you.
Okay. Oh, like exactly, literally?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know that. Why would I know that?
I don't know. You said that's exactly.
I'm sure it would feel tingly. I feel it's something tingly.
I like tingles. I'm ready with that.
But
spider senses are tingly.
But to go back to my original thought, you are Storm guys. There are other very rare species that your breed still lives on. There's the Infernal. They were able to wield fire, powerful fire. There was the Blight Unagaz that did have control over ice, so that was kind of cool.
Control over what?
Ice.
Ice.
There were the sadly named Noxious Unagaz.
Yeah, sorry for them.
They had a good control over acid and poison, but as far as it goes, those were the four main subspecies within your race. And as I said earlier, they have many years of inbreeding and, fear of
Did you say
your
that
species.
earlier?
I
Yes,
did.
I heard that.
I did.
Did
You the word inbreeding? I don't know.
Yes, there was, your race is not.
Oh, yeah, I heard you say we're not very fertile. Okay.
You're not fertile.
So I can't probably can't.
Okay, well, not technically inbreeding, but you know what I meant. Non-breeding. There we go. It's not Dugan's Hole, I tell you that much. I can assume that much.
Infertile.
Yes, that's the word. I'm a little drunk.
That's alright. Me too.
But there are subspecies, maybe, if you ask Vlyn or Zon whenever they approach you, or if they ever approach you, which is going to happen, they might know more about that. But as far as it goes, they might just lie to you and tell you that you're the first they've seen. But it was nice meeting all of you.
Can I just say you're super pretty? That's it.
Thank you.
Sorry, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for
bye-bye.
Yeah, the information. I'm sorry. That thank you.
And as you guys hit the gritty on them. Hold on a second.
Hold on, before we
Yeah, for sure.
leave, I want everyone else to kind of leave, and I'll just kind of hang back.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna just kind of like, hey, there's not gonna be any like dangerous groups after us trying to find this city.
I wouldn't assume so, unless you make enemies. Do you have one in mind that I could maybe look into?
The Silent Storm. There's a bunch of assassins in the group, and I just would hate for them, or for my group to get caught up in whatever they're caught up in.
I don't know them, but I will keep an eye out, and if I find information, I will exchange it. Yes.
They don't really know about the Silent Storm, so if you could just keep it to my knowledge, I'd appreciate it.
She looks into your cloudy eyes, and you feel as if her eyes pierce through you, and I'll keep that in mind whenever I find anything out. You hear this little tone in her vocal change a little bit more serious, and she just looks at you, and you feel this overwhelming, like, you feel like she pities you. And she says, as you feel this, she says, "It must be real dark without the light to see."
I mean, spent most of my life in the dark already. Nothing new.
Well, maybe one day you'll figure out how to fix it. Or maybe someone will come along with eyes or something, and
Either way, I'm fine. I'm not in distress. I can handle myself just fine.
And she, before you turn away from her, she, I see that. And she, like, you hear her shift in her chair to try to peer around to see if everyone's left. So I assume you're the leader, then.
I mean, I don't like to say it because, you know, we have some people that don't like it, but I mean, maybe.
Well, go lead. Or try to. Good luck.
I also want to say, if anything happens to my friends, I will hurt you. But so far, you seem somewhat trustworthy.
You will try. I'm sure you will, but I do not fear whatever you have to threaten me with, but it is a notable notion, and I cannot promise their safety, I cannot promise their lives, but I mean, I'm not going to.
It's just a warning.
Think of mine as a warning, too.
Sure.
Okay.
I just turn around and go.
Ta-ta!
What? That threw me off.
You exit the seating arrangement that Avarice is at. After you walk past the gargoyles, they form shut, and they block off that section of the establishment. I will say that we could probably just end it there before the next scene. I mean, there is a little bit more we could do, but I feel like that's probably the best place to end it at. Just y'all coming out of that and being able to do whatever else you want to do in town the next session.
Nice.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Cool. Yeah, so that's it for tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Those who stuck around all night, I want to say thank you. And as always, thank you to these incredible players. I look forward to seeing everyone, not next week, because we might or might not be playing next week, but we'll know Saturday or whatever, depending on the weather.
When Arl's never-ending winter comes through.
Yep. Thank you all for tuning in, and now remember, here at Tabletop Tyranny, we pride ourselves on being original, and to completely rip off Matt Mercer, is it Sunday yet? Goodbye.